That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Zam. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs, man. We're going to get right into it. It is 2:54 a.m. Oh, my gosh. You guys have read the title. You know what's coming up first. Tyler Perry, sued for SA by the Oval actor. Click to read more. So I've seen the headline and I've seen the Oval actor. It's not a, I don't think the Oval actor said alleged Oval actor is not black. I think it's a white dude. And I was like, oh, that's okay. There is that. But there's apparently text messages, and everybody's talking about these text messages, but I avoided them so I could react to them now. So everybody say thank you, Rashad. You don't have to say that. How stuck up of me? Who am I? Northwest, 12 years old? What in the world? Where is time going? 12 years old? When did North turn 12? Apparently recently, but geez Louise. Tyler Perry sued for SA. The Oval actor claims years of harassment and more by the TMZ staff. Someone said Tyler Perry was just about to buy BET. Whoever said that was thinking. Tyler Perry is facing the accusation of SA, a claim coming from an actor on his long-running show, quote-unquote, The Oval, and one of Tyler's camp calls a quote-unquote scam, TMZ has learned. Derek Dixon filed the lawsuit against Perry, and in documents he claimed that he and the director met back at an event in 2019. In Derek's words, Tyler picked him up out of a crowd and asked for the number, suggesting he might have a role for him. As it turns out, he did. Derek says Tyler gave him a small role in 2 episodes of a show called quote-unquote Ruthless. Then in January 2020, Derek says Tyler invited him to his Atlanta home and he accepted, hoping to build a friendship that would lead to more acting gigs. But according to the suit, while there, Derek drank too much and ended up sleeping in a guest room. In the documents obtained by TMZ, Derek claims Tyler got in bed with him and started touching his thighs. And although he rejected the advances that night, he claims Tyler remained interested. Oh, wow. How do you make money then? Subscriptions? They make money from advertising, lots of money. I love how I feel right now, but I don't like being horny. Testosterone. Oh yeah, from the doctor, but is it making you feel better? I feel so good, but I don't like being horny. I feel sorry this for the first person that flirts with me. LOL, you don't even understand. I know I need to smell the roses more. You are the rose, but you are so blocked that you refuse to be smelt or be open. Bro, what? I'm sorry. This is sweet and I'm working on it. Hashtag therapy. I'm really scared that I'm going to waste my life worrying it. Been there. Stopped somewhere in my late 30s, early 40s. And you posted him next to the little thing. Nice picture. Yeah, the water does look calm. He said, nice picture. You great. Amazing picture. You don't see that stud in that nice picture? Rude. Oh, yeah, that's a stud. Oh, my goodness. Oh man. When I'm out of town, I be tripping. Shortly thereafter, Derek says he landed the role of Dale on the Oval. Great for his career, but he claims that around this time that Tyler also began starting to fire off sexually suggestive texts, including asking Drews what his preferences were and telling him that he does things with men. All right, but okay. So, all right, I feel like at this point, right? If you a dude, right? And people being suggestive with you, other dudes being suggestive with you, and you're not into that, if it gets weird, you just say, hey man, I'm not into this. Like respectfully. I've had situations before. I can only really think of one off top that was recent or whatnot, somewhat recent, where a dude was being kind of weird, just telling me just weird things, very personal things. And I was like, hey man, um, can you keep that away from me? That's just, just kind of a bit weird to me. And he said, I didn't mean to offend you. I didn't mean to offend you. And he's like, hey, these girls, these girls, and this and that. I was like, hey man, I want no parts in that. Like, I appreciate it. And he said, oh, okay, all right. And I say all of that to say, bro, if you feel uncomfortable, bro, just tell someone you feel uncomfortable. You putting aside your comfort for the sake of, I hope I get a job. I feel like that's on you, bro. Like, and he's suing for what? $250 million. $250 million if someone was really making you feel uncomfortable, bro. First of all, you weren't about to make no $250 million with Tyler Perry is no white man, bro. Let's get that out of the way, bro. That's first things first. Second thing second, $250 million. And bro was pressing you. If he was making you feel uncomfortable, tell him he making you feel uncomfortable. Stop responding to him. Was you that broke where you needed to? Derek also notes that his character Dell was written gay, homeless, and desperate store clerk who had to sleep with other characters for a place to stay. He claims that's exactly what Tyler told him when he was looking for a real life partner, someone who would be loyal and dependent upon Tyler. Derek says he fears his career would be derailed if he flatly rejected Tyler. So he instead just told him that he wasn't the you know what I'm saying, type. But he was also terrified, always terrified that he'd lose his job if he complained about as harassment. So he was afraid that he was going to get blacklisted by Tyler Perry. Bro, Donald Glover and Boondocks both got entire episodes just making fun of Tyler Perry, bro. And all Tyler Perry could do was get mad. The thing about Tyler Perry, about being such a powerful man in Hollywood and things of that sort, and I salute Tyler for what he's built by himself and the big old, Fort McPherson joint that he's flipped into Tyler Perry Studios. The studios that's even bigger than MGM Studios and all the studios out in LA and Hollywood and things of that sort. Despite all of that, Paramount, all of that, despite all of that, bro, the fact that he does everything by himself, the only thing that you be blacklisted from with Tyler Perry is Tyler Perry stuff, bro. Everything else you be smooth with, bro, because he does everything. He on the island by himself, literally and figuratively, bro. So it ain't nothing to worry about if Tyler Perry don't rock with you, bro. That's just one person in the industry. With his entities and everything like that, his dynasty, but at the same time, it's just the Tyler Perry stuff. Everything else in the industry, people aren't connected to, like, right? Because Tyler Perry be saying, "Oh, the industry, they want, they don't accept me, so I do things myself. I don't get recognized. I don't get the recognition, but I'm still gonna build my $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? That's what he says at every award show. Every award he get the same speech. The industry don't da da da. But so if you get blocked out by Tyler Perry, your career can still exist, bro, according to Tyler Perry himself. Anyways, to the point, he says Tyler once again invited him to Atlanta later in 2020, and things allegedly took a dark turn. Derek claims that Perry greeted him warmly, but quickly started an charged conversation, like asking him if he likes it rough and bad. And then he grabbed Derek by the throat and saying, "Look how excited you just got." Right, this is what I'm saying, man. See, he ain't shut him down with the text. He ain't shut him down with the first time where Buddy was sleeping in the bed and he was like trying to touch him and everything like that. You let it get this far, bro. It's the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. Like, forget orientation, bro. Just think, just period, right? Period. If you're with a particular anyone, a partner, anybody you're interested with, you pretty much go off of the vibe they give you, right? So it's like you might, as a man, I'm just saying as a man, like you might try to hold their hand. If they're open to you holding their hand and locking hands like this, okay, they might be I think you could assume from that that they don't mind you holding their hand. If you hug them and you hold on for longer than the usual time, you might, okay, they might be open to me hugging them for longer than the usual. It's little things like that. You only stop when they're like, when someone pushes you, when someone resists you, when someone says no, when someone says stop. All the body language that and physical verbal language that tells you, hey, I'm uncomfortable, please stop this. So I don't know. I'm not buying this, bro, because he never stopped, bro. So now, okay, I never stopped, bro. I felt like the progression sounds natural to me, bro. He says he pushed Tyler away. Okay, so I guess this is where the $250 million comes in. He says he pushed Tyler away. That was the end of the alleged accident. He said once he pushed him away, he stopped. He ain't pursuing him no more. The lawsuit includes years of text messages allegedly sent between both men. Most of the ones which Tyler allegedly sent as charged one. For instance, one reads, "No straight man would be going on walks with you or cooking dinner for you unless he wanted to F you. I would F you." That's crazy, Tyler Perry. I'm about to call him Tyler Creator. I guess it would go for both. The most aggressive incident allegedly went down in June 2021, again at Tyler's Atlanta home. So you keep going to this man's house. You keep spending the night at this man's house. If he's sending you particular text messages, forget that. The night where you got drunk and you slept in this guest room, and he came in your guest room, and he came in the guest room and came into bed and started touching your thigh, bro. Like, and you kept going back to the house. Am I tweaking? Chat, let me know if I'm tweaking, bro. Maybe I just don't get it. The most aggressive incident allegedly went down in 2021, again at Tyler's house, where Dixon was staying in the guest house wearing only his underwear. And he says Tyler came in and gave him a good night hug. So this is someone who allegedly has made you feel unsafe, uncomfortable for, months at this point, right? And so when you go sleep at his crib, you don't bring no pajama pants. You don't stop by Walmart and buy no, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here, bro? I ain't gonna lie. If I'm uncomfortable, first of all, I'm not spending the night at anybody's house I'm uncomfortable in. That's first of all. Second off, if I had to in a particular world, I'm buying me a onesie, bro. I'm buying me a onesie. I'm zipping it all the way up, or I'm getting something where I'm like covered and protected in the name of the blood, bro. I'm not. Come on, what is we talking about right now, bro? He allegedly said Tyler yanked down his underwear, groped his butt, and said, "Relax and just let it happen," and assured him that it wasn't going to hurt. Dixon says he managed to rebuff this advance by changing the subject. According to the suit, how do you change the subject? It's two grown men in the room. I'd assume late night because he say he's sleeping, and he's grabbing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does it say? Hey, how about those Cowboys? Like, what are you talking about here, bro? And assured him that it wasn't going to hurt. Dixon says he managed to rebuff the advance by changing the subject. According to the suit, Dixon finally filed a complaint with the Equal Employment and Opportunity Commission in June 2024. Then he quit the Oval, saying that he could no longer put up with alleged harassment. Dixon is suing Tyler and Tyler Perry Studios for quad pro Q and workplace sexual harassment and SA and battery. He's seeking $260 million in damages. Boy, stop. Get out of here, but I am not even gonna lie to you. Tyler's attorney, Matthew Boyd, tells us this is an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam, but Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident that these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. Story development, 100%. It's BS, bro. It's BS, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Because if anybody made you that uncomfortable for that long, bro, you wouldn't have let it get to that point. Like, he made you feel uncomfortable. So not only did you go back to his house and spend the night, you went back to his house spending the night in some underwear, bro, with nothing but your drawers. Is that what you're telling me right now? If he, after he sent you a text that said, "I will F you," and you said, "Oh, you know what? Hey, bro, I want to spend the night, bro. I love you, bro. And you know what? I'm not even gonna bring no pajama pants. I ain't gonna get no onesie. I ain't gonna wear no layers. I'm gonna just bring my drawers." Man, come on, bro. And 260 million, you wasn't gonna get no $260 million with no Tyler Perry, bro. You knew that. I knew that. Come on, bro. What is we talking about right now, man? Anyways, someone posted this from Christian Keys last year. They said he was quiet because apparently he was paid off. I copied this down before I read the actual article. Whatever Christian Keys says here, dog, because they said where there's smoke, there's fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might just be on TP side, bro. I might just be on TP side, bro, because this is ridiculous, dog. It's ridiculous. It's kind of like the almost like the Shannon Sharp situation. This is just ridiculous, bro. But the Shannon Sharp situation was like, Shannon, I have no, you know what I'm saying, sympathy for you. You put yourself in that position. You knew that's a dangerous position. The optics look crazy. Like what is you even doing in that position? But Tyler, I don't know. It just, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it a bean. It just seemed like general people, when you interested in someone and you making advances and things of that sort. It's like, shout out my boy Big Nate. But it's just like, how do you say? It's just like someone who's straight, bro. That's what it appears to me to be. It's just the dynamics are different. It's
Good evening.
man and a woman.
Hope everybody's doing amazing. I've been speaking to my brother about making a declaration of my experience. What I experienced with certain powers that be that were moving inappropriately. And I really, like, it's in my bone marrow to discuss that, because thankfully God built me the way that he built me, but I'm not sure, based on this person's claims and brags, that he's literally got, at the same time this person was sexually harassing me for years. He was claiming, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll, and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. And clearly that's why it felt to him that it was okay to say these things. And I want to have these discussions. I want to be transparent with y'all about that. I've done my best to forgive this person, but it happens. It happens. It's not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes. And it'll be men tempting men. And that's why a lot of my posts over the last few years have been about taking the scenic route, taking the long way around, because if that means that you can carry your integrity with you, then, and it's 11:11. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for another opportunity to connect with you. Please forgive my sins, my shortcomings, my bad decisions, and my mistakes. Please continue to guide and protect us as only you can. Everybody that's watching, it's not a presentation. If I see 11:11, I try to have another conversation with God. So thank you, Heavenly Father. I appreciate you. We love you. We thank you. In Jesus Christ's name we pray, amen.
Amen.
That's interesting. But there are people that will and have and will continue to, unfortunately, offer these things. And some of them are your heroes. Some of them are people who y'all like, oh yeah, such and such is amazing, and he does this and he does that. Yeah, but he also does this and that. At some point soon, it's gonna have to come out. I've kept one of these on me since '05. whether it's a keychain recorder or a pen, because most predators would check your phone. And once the sexual harassment started, I was like, well, I got to protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above. And the difference is, the wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police.
Flip, what up? Flip in the
Because
building.
sexual harassment is a crime. Attempted sexual assault is a felony. And Tams, you literally just asked, why do we as black people have to deal with that? But sometimes it's our own people. Sometimes it's our own heroes. Sometimes it's the very people we deify. And we look up like, oh, they're doing so much, they're doing so much. No, they're also doing this. And my only reservation about naming the people, there was directors along the way like, hey, you read for this, that, and the other. You want to come back up to the apartment? I'm like, nah, I'm good. You got my headshot, my resume, and I'm good. If I can handle that or not. I can kill that, but I don't need to come up to your apartment. We already had the audition. There's other people that I want to say everything, and my brother was like, nah, not yet. I want to tell it on the mountain, over the hills, and everywhere. It's gonna have to happen. I'm interested to see which peers are mad at me because it may interfere with their work. But yeah, you get a grown-ass man that knows that you're heterosexual and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room.
He's saying the same thing. He's saying the same thing that Buddy was saying. He's saying the same thing that Derek Dixon was saying. But once again, I'm like, if Buddy made advances to you, why is you going over his house getting drunk to the point where you got us? I don't get it. Me personally, I don't get it. If I know someone, a dude, right? Say it's my boss, right? Say it's my boss trying to flirt with me, and it's a man. No one I don't swing that way. He made the little advance. Oh, Rashad, that cute little smile, them little twists. I say, hey, watch it, player. I say, I ain't with that, my bro. You know what I'm saying? He said, oh, you don't. Nah, I ain't with that, bro. And then he invite me to sleep over his crib. Bro, how am I sleep over your crib? And you just said, you so cute. Nah, fam. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. After reading everything, it seems Tyler Perry was doing quad pro Q with this Dixon fella reading the complaint. It was clear he knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I think in both of these instances, bro, and you have to, prayers to all the victims. Prayers to all the victims, prayers to anybody who's ever been preyed upon by some predators, everything like that. If this triggered your PTSD, I'm so sorry. 100%. At the same time, bro, it's like if somebody made me feel uncomfortable and they made an advance to me and I told them that I wasn't interested, and then they invited me over to their crib, I'm not getting drunk to the point where I have to sleep in their house. And I'm not going to their house time and time and time again. And to the point where I'm sleeping one time in the crib in just my drawers. Like, what? Come on, bro. Like, it don't make no sense. Uh Q Pro Q can get you fired. You're not supposed to do that. Most employers fire everybody. Get fired. Man, that's just how I feel about the situation, bro. Like, just fire me, bro.
Says it's safe. Because I know I'm bad. So after a big party, won't say what type, won't say where. I'm asleep. I'm gone because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep and not short Hennessy's either. And this dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like, what the fuck? Get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. And you try to forgive him. So you're like, all right, man. All right, I'm gone. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab your penis. He tries to shake and grab your equipment. And you spaz even more. Like, what the fuck you?
But then you just keep going back to his house. I would have got out of there real fast. I would have taken the L. You keep going back to his house. Not only did he like make suggestions to you, oh, this and that, and you say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't go that way. You keep going back to his crib. What are we doing? You know what's gonna happen if you go to the crib, huh? It's like, man, come on, bro. Like, what? Like I said, I love this analogy with dudes pursuing women. I just say this as a dude, you know what I'm saying? In the current era and everything like that, my peers, right? Dudes my age, my peers, my age group in this modern day of age will see a girl on social media. Her whole page is nothing but luxury and looking fancy and looking cute and money and this and that, fancy dinners, the whole nine, vacations. They think she looks good. They'll slide in her DMs. She'll respond. They'll start dating. And then he finds out that she just wants his money. And you know what they do after that? They go on the internet and they rant how about today's women and today's girls only want them for their money. Guess what? The woman told you she only wanted money when you approached her. So what are we talking about? Why are you going to the Instagram baddies that do nothing but go on vacation and get surprised that they only want money? Why are you going to Tyler Perry's house if you know Tyler Perry only want to touch you and he only want to love on you and you don't want that? Explain it. Explain it to me like I'm 5 years old. You can't. Money is not everything. It's not everything. You have your self-esteem. He went from 10K to 19K an episode. So you had 19K an episode. You saying your dingaling is worth 19K an episode. That's what you telling me right now. And like I said, I'm so sorry to all the victims and people who this story triggered your PTSD or whatever. But you come on, bro. For real, that's really what we doing. 19K. If someone was like, how much is your manhood worth? If they say 19K, most people before the 19K would say, man, nah, bro. You know, them little hypotheticals. It's like, would you do ABC to save your mom? And everybody be like, come on, bro. Why would you ask me that question, bro? Da, 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 da. Man, come on, man. And in real life, y'all doing it for 19K. Huh?
Doing, man? What the fuck? My bad. So you go to leave, he tries to do it again. Now, at that point, my only regret is not bringing multiple bones in this person's face.
You could do that all you want, bro. At the end of the day, you obviously gonna go back to his crib. And you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all could try to, man, I'm tough. I'm this, I'm that. Y'all could try all that. Man, y'all cap. Y'all cap. Y'all gonna go back for what? For the 19K an episode? He tell you, I need you for sisters. Episode, I need you for what's the show with Crystal Renee Hazlitt? I need you for the Crystal. What's her show name? Hold on. Crystal Renee Hazlitt. What's her show called? I need you for Zatima. I need you for 8 episodes of Zatima for this season. And you're gonna say, I'm not even gonna violate. I'm not even gonna violate the way I want to violate. Cause you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, y'all are victims and things of that sort. This guy got out, he left his pride intact. So well, salute to Christian Keys. But Buddy here, you know what I'm saying? Keep going back. Like, what? And then suing for $260 million, 19,000 an episode. How many episodes is 19,000 for $260 million? You weren't about to get no $260 million. I don't know, bro. This is just the way that I see things, bro. So while everybody makes jokes about Tyler Perry's, you know what I'm saying, preferences in bed and all that stuff, make sure you pay attention to what's actually going on. And what's actually going on is like, you calling him you know what I'm saying? You calling him the sissy, the so-and-so, the fairy, the Rainbow Coalition, the alphabet community warrior. You calling him every name under the book. But who's going to his crib at the same time? What did Cat Williams say? P. Diddy gonna want to party, and sometimes you just have to tell him no.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
And Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.